trying to set the scene from where the laughter tends to streaming, cause our tales set in Wales where the families are grieving. See, we got a bunch of lads out dancing well after the evening, and all of them are fiending for the slags who lap up semen, though some of them are scheming, cause the Gary's the dealing. Others have got mushies too, so that's also appealing. But to cultists want to have a sacrifice that very evening, so you best believe there's bleeding in the valley of the demon. Yeah.
Let's try the bell end.
Liverpool event, man. Shouts to all the Liverpool fans, all the Liverpool battlers in the building as well. Shouts to Bentlegs on the organisation. Shouts to the Loot BMX as well. All the people sponsoring. Don'tFlopShop.com if you want my hoodie, if you want any of the other new garms as well, man. This is Don't Flop Liverpool, first event since '09. It's been 4 years since we were in the town, man. Northwest, let's get it popping right now. Battle number 3 of the day. On the right-hand side, the star of the legendary 2 April Fool's Classics, coming back again, Shuffle Team. Make some Shouts out Shuffle. If you haven't seen those 2 battles, I don't know where the fuck you have been hiding. On the left-hand side, first battle for Don't Flop in 3 years from Liverpool, where we are, Ricky Yes. If this was an outfit battle, I do not know who would win, man. Shuffle T's coat might get the first round, that suit might get the last 2, I don't know. Right, we chose off camera. We're about to get into this battle. I can't wait for this one, man. They chose off camera that Shuffle was gonna go first. Round number 1, Don't Flop Liverpool. It's on Shuffle, let's go.
So I've got another old dude to battle, but he is surely older. His knees are really weak, you see, he keeps on falling over. His liver's ruptured, it's pretty fucked, and it's been performing slower. So if he says he wants a piece of me, it's because he needs an organ donor. With that teacher after school on a weekday swag. Yeah. Everything you own, TK Maxx. In your Vauxhall Nova with the seat laid back because he slipped more disc than a DJ has. So since you're such a properly old prick, let's take it back to when you were a more commonly known kid. Because even then you were just a follow to Oshrick, but you were part of a duo with the comic approach. Shit. Comic duo called Steve and Ricky. That's obviously noted. Same names of the guys who got The Office to blow big and got popular so quick, which got them on those gigs. So this is like when Gervais split off into showbiz to follow his own shit with his inconsistent politics comedy road trips, because if you hear a hot line, the quality don't mix, that's Stephen's merch and he probably wrote it. See, someone needs to give this Scouser a hand. Because I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but in Liverpool he's the weakest out of the clan. He's either Baby O'Shea or the Calcium Man. Because you and Osh probably write your battles together as partners. So you've got O'Shea there, who's an actual technical grafter. The bars he gives to you always gather hysterical laughter. The bars you give to him are the ones where he looks at the camera like Cannibal after. And yet he's acting like he's killing these kid MCs, you sicken me. Like everyone around you is in Little League. Ricky, please. Your shitty freeze and similes make Ricky C's and distinction leads look like Chrissy Lee's delivery versus Tricky P's best written schemes. See, you look like Mr. Bean. Cross somehow with Austin Powers' fucking Man of Mystery. You promote the imagery that British people have shitty teeth. Listen, please. Listerine. So you're fucked if you're thinking Ricky's cool. His style is still in middle school. I know we're in your city's rule, but you'll get your innards ripped and pulled. I'll roll them into little balls, go over and grip the chalk, throw them on the table, and we can all play liver snooker.
So, he's mentioning me and O'Shea, and we both know that O'Shea's best. But O'Shea's making a new album, and he says I can be on it. So he says. But we all know I'm really unlikely to cut it in terms of successfully battling Shufflers, because I believe what his missus said that time he left the headboard slimed. See, after she'd recovered, she stuck her head out to the covers and noticed you've come such a long way in such a short time. See, you'd get on better with her if the sex was good, and if you didn't look exactly like the naughty one out of the Breakfast Club. If you used a face trimmer, you'd be the spit of Ace Rimmer. Except that your Mrs. Massive Clit's probably the only time you've ever tasted a kipper. Ugh, that's absolutely disgusting. I'm absolutely sorry and disgusted by that. But what can I even say? Your horrible multi-schemes are most definitely very shit. And they're more self-indulgent than the entire filmography of Kevin Smith. More Rats is alright, like, but it's not my job to tell you when to stop, but if I had to hazard a guess, I'd say each of your verses is about 3 stories too many, like sweatshops in Bangladesh. You're sort of in love with the most whorish of sluts. That can factually be said. Plus, it's true that she's had scores in her bum. She's quite sore on her cunt because many a man's passed the cash to perform sexual acts. Now, that must torture you, son. But here's a thought for you, son. Since the cash is expensive, it's probably true that since performing with cum is her source of income, that's probably exempt from the bedroom tax. Now, this guy performs in Heads in Hats, which is some kind of comedy group. They're online. They do have fan. I don't know which sketch I enjoyed more, the one that was a rip-off of Nathan Barley or the ones that are a rip-off of Brass Eye and Jam. See, if you wanted to so obviously rob the wit of Chris Morris, why not just drop into his office and nick a script from it? It'd be a bit more honest. Plus, it'd probably be funny too, so yeah, why not? But the worst thing about you, Adam, is when you kick a footy, lad, your shoe flies off.
We're in Liverpool, so we might be winning with the crowd, but what does it matter when you have your lyrics written on your hands? See, you're past it, mate. You went far away. Heard Don't Flop was hitting a larger stage and thought you'd come back stat for a part of fame, claiming out loud that he's got bars for days. Well, we don't want you back. You're past your stay. My fist about to hit into its target, same. Think that my palm won't leave blood on this bastard's face, but believe that it will, son, when you get cast away. Because your rapping is basic at its peak, and always about some weird masturbation fantasy. I want you to be made an amputee so you can maybe have a week off of your daily wanking sprees before it leads to your death, like the famous hanging scene of David Carradine. Wow. This ugly guy's a shredded mess. You remind me of that weird uncle I could never get. When I saw the way this uninspired fella's dressed, the fucking line that comes to mind is uninvited wedding guest. And pretty soon, you're gonna find your second best to the other guy who pens his text. And soon he will have cut his ties and headed west and you'll fucking die, a depressive mess. But you battled for Pete Cashmore, to fight depression, to find a cure for the emotions. And you're the fucking spokesman? From the awful stuff you'd spoken, that was more of a promotion. So take advice and lessons, you should change your style of presence. Your bars are sweet, they'll harm your teeth and make you diabetic. I'll slay this guy, so say goodbye to the place you'll die your death in, because this was 3-0 after the second hit like I aced you twice in tennis. Because real talk, the only way that you could take a round is if you do that shit again and get your ukulele out. I mean, he got out a ukulele in a rap battle and called that a classic match. Yeah, Rick Wiley, we are glad to have you back. See, that's why I thought you'd be hard to beat, because you sway the voters round. But that's not artistry, your path is weak, I'll explain it open now. He'll make you laugh with his retarded freeze, it's the way he's broken down, but regardless, see, you play cards with me, I take the jokers out. Oh. Bitch, time!
Now, hello. Let's get down to brass tacks, like prostitution strategies. This guy has studied film, and I wonder why that'd be. Well, you probably learned from Steven Spielberg that plagiarism's the best form of flattery, and then probably picked up some grooming tips off of Roman Polanski. It's true, that's simply true. But what can I say? What about me? I could have been a contender instead of a bum, which is what I am. But yes, you had me at hello, but frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. It's like your mama always said, life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. So I made her an offer she couldn't refuse. Now, here's looking at you, kid. I am your father. If you didn't get those film references, you must have your head in the clouds like Simba's dad. The chances of you chances of you coming up with anything original are about as likely as Nelson Mandela giving a Christmas wank to English Frank. So, I don't know if I mentioned the Bible before. I'm sorry for suggesting there's a bit of scripture here in, because Adam, we all know in Genesis you couldn't even come up with an original sin. Your mother paid far too much for her loft conversion. And she didn't even bring it up after because she didn't want to upset the workmen. That's totally true, man. See, you can come with all this shit about my fucking shit bars, but I'm really not arsed. You're not so much Nicki Minaj as you are Nigel Farage. Oh yeah, fresh out of Berkshire. Woo! Oh my, those turbulent streets full of fox hunters and safe conservative seats. And lad, we all know which way you probably cast your vote. The only time you've ever actually choked was when you found out Thatcher had that massive stroke. I know you are trying to hope that she was on the mend, but let me just say that isn't your hairstyle from the first series of Friends? Now it's time for me to end, and I do want to finish with congratulating you on all your battles and each one you've won. But will it ever really make up for that time you called your teacher mum?
Now, though your bars are lacking miserably, you make up for that with your heart attack delivery. What are you laughing at? Seriously, just calm it down, you're killing me. Now, far from that, I'm kidding, see? You've got Mars attack delivery. Starter pack delivery. Seen you swagging like Neil Buchanan, you got art attack delivery. Because your rhythm is fucked. It kind of goes for the quick bits and then slows really quickly like your flow was encrypted. And I thought he'd call me posh, I suppose I predicted, but you're middle-class scouse. Didn't know they existed. And most of his limericks just don't make sense. That just shows you what sniffing hits of cocaine gets. And although you envision him a homemade vet, at my home we consider him as O'Shea's pet. See, this is devastation. If I win this, it's expected. I'll grab a drink and never say shit. If he wins this, he'll probably fucking sniff his medication, thank all his co-writers for their skill and dedication, grab hold of O'Shea's dick in celebration and put it up himself, like a Christmas decoration. Now I know what you're thinking. Why is The Undertaker beefing? But if you think Shuffle's fake and suffocation, fucking take his breathing. I'm Southern, mate, believe it. You're North. Let's take that to some other places region. What's a summer's day in Giza to a Hurricane Katrina? See, my knuckles break his teeth like an unbuckled baby seat without the fucking safety features. I will crush his face to pieces. Because this prick is pretty picky. See, I had to visit Ricky City to battle a war. But of all the cities, I'm actually glad it was yours. Because now at least when I beat you down to the floor, you can use the round of applause got from the crowd of support. See, I'll win this throwdown regardless of hometown advantage. So let's address the rest of his character flaws. Like that dangling jaw, and the cocaine and all of this crap that you snort. Fucking drags on the floor like an anchor that drags you back to the shore when you travel abroad. That is deformed. And all of that coke's got him living a lie like his religion is Scientology. Because he's big when he's high, but when he's missing the white, it's like they hit him with 9 lobotomies. See, he's in a disguise, he's really different inside. You know, he's timid and quiet, obviously. So sniffing the white exposed the clit that he hides. You're witnessing gynecology. So if I signal it's time and the decision is mine, well then that's simple, it's fine, that's honesty. But deliberately lying, go and give it to Wiley, I'll be listening for my apology. If you're thinking this guy is really winning tonight, then this is a silent robbery. That's a victimless crime until I'm killing this guy for stealing from private property. Time!
All right. Come on. Talking about hometown advantage, well, let's sort that out right now, mate. Everybody, I think Manchester's a wonderful place. Now. If David Duchovny got a baby with Rodney Trotter by combining their genes through some third-party surrogate, if that baby was brought up to be smug, it'd probably grow up to be exactly the same as Shufflet. It's totally, entirely true. Oh man, what about your fucking bird, man? She is fucking disgusting. She really is. She is such a hipster slag. When she goes on cam with 50 lads, she insists they tint the jizz on Instagram. Lad, I will roll your back up tight like a fucking Ammonite, and you probably never even had a fight, have you, you bag of shite? Well, nor have I. So what, you fucking Thatcherite? Have you ever fucking ran a night, put all sorts of tracks online, formed your own battle style that's not just Jack in mine? See, it's pretty true. See, I know it's true, lad. How can you have good comic delivery, but when your whole persona is just a massive lie? Everyone knows that I've been that eccentric guy on Don't Flop since when it was on in black and white. I've been smashing mics at battle nights, and so far back in time that I actually had to battle knights. Here's an example of what that was like. Thou art a blackguard, sir. Thou art a blackguard, sir. Thy varicose visage is the most irksome in all of Chichester village. Thy listless strips from breeches to stitchless in literally minutes. Lugubrious labia line the length of thy trachea, and yet between my armory and thine ancestry, I cannot discern the rapier. That is true. And your companions doth churlishly swagger, yet we all know Marlowe met his end at the tip of a dagger. So I would there were a plague upon both your houses, and should thou escape from this home of scousers, then take up arms against me, as thou mother takes an arm up her wretched seam, as thou father presents an arse to thee, and begs thou commenceth archery. So welcome to this live port, as thou bird invites all to ride her form. And if you are unhappy, then strike me, for I fear no man. And that, you thieving bastard, is how you go ham.
Jay Knight's here judging Shuffle T versus Ricky Riley. It's very close. Like I'm actually finding it very hard to judge. Ricky Riley, well, I've heard word that he's a Liverpool fan, so I should be biased, but I'm not going to. I think I'm going to give that to Shuffle T on the first 2 rounds, but Ricky Riley's 3rd round was like that was like the strongest round of the battle. So like, it was kind of enough to match Shuffle T's first 2, but I'm going to go 2 on Shuffle T.
Yo, it's Postdog wearing fucking Satis's hat, the fat bastard. That was a really hard battle to judge. That it was fucking hilarious. They were both really funny. The way I saw it, and this is my opinion, in the first round I give it Shuffle T. Like liver snooker and a few other things that he said were really good. But the second round I definitely gave to Ricky Riley. I thought he was the movie quotes and a few other things he said were mint, really funny. The 3rd round, I don't know, man. I honestly, like guys, like when you watch the judging back, I don't know who to give that last round to. It was a bit weird because Ricky had a bit of a weird thing going on with that thing, but I think it just kind of works a bit better than Shuffle's 3rd. And I'm just edging it very, very slightly 2-1 to Ricky Riley. Very, very slightly though. That's just me, innit? Yeah.
Psychosis Holocaust, Sheffield, Don't Gas, Prison Planet. Just watched the battle that I was fucking looking forward to so much, man. Ricky Riley and Shuffle T, man. Fucking sick. Like, it's so fucking even, it's so hard to judge, and I wish now I said I didn't want to judge it. Like, I wish now I didn't say that I would judge it, but like, I'm just edging it, like, to Ricky Riley, and it's purely on. It's not on no, like, 2 rounds to 1 or anything like that. It's literally that I don't know. He made me laugh more. I reacted more to his punches. I think that Shuffle was more consistent with coming with things, and I don't think that Ricky said as much stuff. But what he did say, I reacted to more and stuff. And the Knight thing that he did at the end, battling Knights, like I've never seen nothing like that. And I'm all about bringing something to a battle that's never been done before. So it's very, very fucking close by a smidge. I'm going with Ricky Riley. Bang.
Yes, what's going on, world? We're back here. Don't Flop Liverpool, man. Make sure you log onto the forum for that one. don'tflop.com/forum. Big up the 100 you that signed up this last week gone. It was Ricky Riley versus Shuffle T. It was a 2-1 split decision at the end. The guy that got 2 was Ricky Riley. Make sure you
Check out Heads in Hats. Very, very funny. Not a rip-off.
Because it's not a fucking early night when it's curtain time here, bro. I mean, you're about a week away from curly white beard growth. If you start battling at 35 years old, you're a certified weirdo.
Fucking preempted all your patronising cliche shit about how I'm a pedo or I'm gay, but on an entirely unrelated topic. Where is Blizzard today? Calcium kid. Lad, I've never fucking heard of you. The only periodic table you know is your ma when she's squatting on the furniture. Get her a tampon! That's the only flow in your